Hello, my name is Fauvel. I'm Head of European Affairs at EATRIS, the European Research Infrastructure for Translational Medicine, and today I will tell you a bit more about patient engagement. Patient engagement is the active, meaningful, and collaborative interactions between patients and researchers across all stages of the research process, where research decision-making is guided by patients' contributions as partners, recognizing their specific experiences, values, and expertise. In other words, research is conducted with or by patients. And patients and other stakeholders, such as carers, have a say in at least one phase of a research project. Could be from planning or in the conducting or disseminating of the research. And we've noticed that the earlier patients are involved in research, the more meaningful the influence can be on the study or research project. When research happens for or to patients, for example, when patients participate in your clinical trials, this is not considered as patient engagement. There are a lot of methods for researchers to engage with patients. By engaging with patients, you play a part in shifting and improving research practices, you contribute to a more open and accessible research, and to increase public trust in science. Patient engagement practices, even in fundamental and preclinical research, increase the quality, patient relevance, and social acceptance of your research and its results. Ultimately, your research will hopefully benefit patients. Engaging with patients is also an opportunity to develop your own skills. For example, by learning how to better communicate your research in lay language. You also empower patients by strengthening their understanding of the research process and their capacity to build bridges with other researchers in the future. In addition, research funders and publishers are increasingly attentive to patient engagement in biomedical research, and having a meaningful patient engagement plan in your research proposal can make your research more attractive to those stakeholders. How to involve patients? Well, one of the first questions you should ask yourself is first, who to involve? Who to involve depends on what you would like to achieve through patient engagement. Those can be individual patients who bring in their individual perspective and experience as patients. They can also be carers who bring in their individual perspective and expertise as a person who cares for a family member or a close friend. Patient advocates or patient organization representatives are also a common group to engage with. They represent a group of patients or an organization, and they bring in a more collective perspective to your project. Patient experts, besides their experience as patients, are also trained in research methods and other aspects of research and innovation. For example, Eupathie Connect is a platform which you can use to identify the right patient experts for your research. Now, which activities you can implement with patients? As you can see from this overview, there are many ways to engage with patients, ranging from consultation to forming advisory boards or to even more active and engaged roles for patients. Again, here, the activities should reflect what you would like to achieve through your patient engagement activities. And regardless of the degree of engagement you decide to start with, please bear in mind that to be meaningful for patients and research teams, patient engagement requires proper planning, time, and dedicated human resources. To help you get started with patient engagement, EATRIS, in collaboration with the European Patients Forum and the European AIDS Treatment Group, developed an easy-to-navigate platform, the Patient Engagement Resource Center. It features relevant public resources to help you understand the basics of patient engagement and guide you through the different phases of patient engagement, from planning to conducting and evaluating. And there you can also hear from other researchers, patients, and carers how they collaborated. We look forward to your visit at patient-engagement.eu. One of the stories you will find on our platform is the one of Valentina and Claas. Valentina is a postdoctoral researcher at the Department of Physiology of the Medical University of Graz and the Ludwig Boltzmann Institute for Lung Vascular Research. Claas is the chairman of the Austrian Patient Organization for Neurofibromatosis Patients, NF Kinder. They collaborated together on the Science for All project, a basic science focused project which built bridges between academic researchers, patients, and carers, and led to joint setting of research priorities. Here's the story.
We started planning patient engagement activities because we have noticed quite a big gap of these activities in basic science. So we wanted to develop the kind of guidelines to tell people, to help people implement these kind of activities in their routine basic science.
I've started collaborating with Valentina and her colleagues because I believe there's huge potential in patient involvement in basic science and basic research. And it's sort of an uncharted territory that I was excited to explore with her.
So in our project, we actually performed several activities on both sides, on the patient side, but also on the research and scientist side. So the scientist went through communication training in order to be able to speak to the patients in a simple, clear way. The patients and caregiver went through a theoretical training of basic molecular biology and lung physiology, but also a more practical training on how to approach scientific question, how to perform hypotheses, how to perform experiment, how to develop the results, how to analyze the results, and finally how to answer the scientific question.
The added value for the patients and the caregivers who participated in this program was that they could really increase their knowledge on research and development, what is necessary to bring a drug from basic research to the market. And I think we could also get rid of some of the myth and also miscomprehensions about basic research. And also they could take a look behind the scenes and really understand what does the work of a basic scientist look like. They could do experiments in the lab, etc. And in the end, they were able to have a great discussion with basic researchers on an eye level and could discuss potential future projects.
I must say, before this project, I was very skeptical, as it was not clear for me also how patients or public in general can actually contribute to basic science, which is a very technical and specific field. However, after carrying out this project and after seeing that actually patients with a really minimal training and a lot of interest can contribute a lot, can have very valid questions, and can give a different point of view on a specific field, which we never thought about before.
My tip for patients and caregivers who want to work with academic researchers is to reach out to their patient organizations, as usually they have already established relationships with academia.
I do have some tips, and these are actually 3 main tips. First of all, fight against your skepticism and give it a trial. Second of all, learn how to communicate with people. It cannot be a too technical communication. It has to be simple but clear. And third, engage with people. So their contribution will be much higher if they are in a friendly, informal atmosphere, and they will engage with you as well. So there will be a common exchange.